everyone, this is Gail. Welcome to my Bodacious channel where we're all about not letting life get in the way of living. We are continuing with our DIY crafts tonight, our last minute Christmas gifts. So if you enjoy, whoa, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. If you enjoy lifestyle, travel, or service dog videos, budget or cheap DIY crafts, this is your place. So go ahead and follow me if you haven't already. And if you have, welcome back. Woo! Good to see you all. We are getting closer to Christmas. And I don't know about you all, but I am quickly hitting the panic stage. Because I've got, like so many people, I've got too much to do and too little time to get it done. And I'm low on budget. So everyone that I know right now is on a budget when it comes to holiday gift giving. So I've been doing this DIY series to try to help give you ideas to take some of the pressure off. Because this year it's been a little bit rough for a lot of people, shall I say? And so that's why we've been doing it. Now, first things first, we have got some newspaper coasters that we have made. We're putting the finishing touches on these tonight. So, yay! I'm excited about these. Now, these are a super inexpensive budget project, but they're really good to give as gifts, and they're fun to make. Plus, when I say budget, I'm talking about newspaper and glue. You also need some Mod Podge, which we're going to talk about tonight, and a brush. You don't have to use the Mod Podge, but it makes a shinier sealer on it, and I like that. If you happen to have polyurethane, you can use that. Someone asked me if you could do nail polish on it, and although I do think that you could do nail polish on this if you want to, that's going to be a lot of painting. So I would probably skip that. But these coasters, we've done 4 of them. And let me just go ahead before I paint them, just to give you an idea of what they look like. I'm going to put a ribbon on them so you can see how pretty they are. Except my ribbon is on the end of the table there. Excuse my boarding house reach. I'm just going to give you an idea, but I'm going to do it before we paint them because they're going to be wet. And I want you to get an idea beforehand. So just take your ribbon, put it on your stack, give it a little twist there at the bottom. Now I'm using curling ribbon just because that's what I grabbed, but you can use grain ribbon or whatever you would like. Hey, we've got 2 watchers. You all go ahead and dive into the chat. I would love, love, love to know where you all are from and what kind of gift giving you do for Christmas, if you do a lot of DIY or store-bought. Let me know. Share that. It's the whole inquiring minds want to know. Because this year, we're in this house, we're doing a lot of DIY gifts. So to give these as a gift, that's all you have to do. Put the ribbon on it, tie it. If you use curling ribbon, then do go ahead and make a little bow at the top. But isn't that cute? So anyone that has people over or they need something at the office to protect their desk, these little coasters are great for that. And once we put the Mod Podge on it, that seals them in. You can also use glue, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I did put a layer of glue on top and bottom and all around just to help with the speed of the video, because you have to have the glue completely dry before you put the Mod Podge on it. And so I have gone ahead and done that. So first things first and all that. Let me see who all we have in. Spider-Man the Hero is in the house. Hi, welcome Spider-Man the Hero. And a Busy Lady is here. So welcome Busy Lady and Spider-Man. It's good to see you both. Super glue, actually we're going to do We're talking about the newspaper crafts first, but I'm going to do another craft. This is ornaments. These are clear ornaments, and super glue is one of the options that you can do with these. So, yeah. All right, so on this, it's really, really, really simple. And I picked the Mod Podge up. This is the smaller bottle. I got it at the Dollar Tree, which used to be $1. Now it's $1.25 and up. But I think I got this for $1.50. It was either $1.25 or $1.50. And if you're going to do much of it, you can buy the larger bottles or tubes, whichever you want to call them, at Walmart. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to drizzle this on and paint this on there, making sure that you get it in each groove. And each crack. And when you paint it on, don't worry, it's going to look white, but don't worry. Now, if you do want to paint this, you can. I like the look, honestly, of just the newspaper look. And you're going to want to get the edges and all really, really good. Make sure you have enough paint on your brush that you can get the edges. There you go. There you go. So this will seal one. This is the one that I did a couple of years ago. I used this regularly and did the glue all around with a layer of matte Mod Podge. Really wish I'd used the gloss. I like the gloss better. It's just an aesthetics thing. And let's see. Oh, Spider, she can't. Yeah. On the next one, newspaper, interesting. Yeah. All this is newspaper and glue. That's it. Now, I showed you in another video how to make the tubes, the newspaper tubes, and then I showed you how to roll these, and that's really all it is. It does not get cheaper than this. If it does, I don't know about it. But just do your Mod Podge and get it in each little crack and crevice good. I've got too much Mod Podge in here, so I'm going to go ahead and put some on the other coaster. Just get it in there real good just to seal everything. When you go to let these dry, I suggest if you have a little fan, use it because it helps. Another thing that I like to do, we have a little countertop ice maker and it blows hot air through the vent. And so what I did yesterday was I put these right there in front of the vent. And they dried really well. You really want to give them, from the time you do the glue, you really want to give them about 24 hours before you do the Mod Podge. Just let them dry out and cure up really well. And again, this looks white, but don't worry. When it's finished, it will look like this one. Okay, just like that. So don't worry. And using up the Mod Podge I had on the brush, go back in here. And even the Mod Podge looks like glue, and you can use glue. But it doesn't dry shiny. It dries dull. And I like shine. Whoops. Good grief. Clear polyurethane will do this too. Now, clear polyurethane is great. Really good and waterproof. And I talked to a lady one time, and she had some Thompson's water seal from her deck where her husband had built that for her. And she said she used Thompson's water seal. So I don't know if you can or can't. I just know what she said. So if you try Thompson's water seal, let me know how it works. Because you might be able to pick that up. Like sometimes people will post on giveaway sites on Facebook, so you might be able to pick that up for free. They look like cookies, and now I want a cookie. How funny. I'm gonna be doing some live streaming on cookies. I had planned to do that tomorrow, but my plans may have changed just a little bit. So I don't know. And I've got a live stream or a video coming up on how to make sugar scrub for your hands. That's real easy. That makes a really nice gift. Because we don't pamper ourselves enough, and the sugar scrub, when you go to buy a lot of this stuff in the store, now see, I'm talking and I'm leaving gaps here, and you want to make sure you get it in there really good in between each layer, because this is also going to help seal it to keep it waterproof. So we don't pamper ourselves enough, and the sugar scrub is expensive. So I'm going to show you all how to make it for pennies. And then it's a quick and easy way just to kind of pamper ourselves a little bit. Guys like it too. I know some men will never admit it, but when they've been working outside and their hands are really, really rough, they can come in and use the sugar scrub, and the only people who are going to know it are you and your guy. That's it. That's all it needs to know it too. Unless, of course, you put it on Facebook or on the internet. Now, if you do that, then a lot more people will know it, obviously. Okay, a little more. So what have you all thought about this series about the DIY, the budget crafts? I want to know, put that down in there too. If you love it, we'll look at doing some more here and there. And if you don't love it, we won't. But personally, I just want to help everybody have a little bit better holiday. That's why I've been doing it. I've got some videos that I'm going to do the first of the year too on how I went to the Walt Disney World area super cheap. I did not go to Walt Disney World, but I did go to the area. And there are free things you can do down there. But anyway, that takes us away from our budget craft. So now we have the Mod Podge on one side. I'm going to set this aside and just let it have a few minutes to dry. And then I'm going to come back to that. Looky, I'm glad this stuff will come off. Okay, Spider-Man has to go. I'm sorry, but thank you for coming in, Spider-Man. I appreciate it. So when you do Mod Podge, you just want to make sure you kind of rinse off your brush really good. Okay. So we're just going to let those sit a few minutes, and then we'll come back and do the other side. And then we'll be done with those. I am going to wipe my hands off. Okay. I really didn't see this coming. There's a lot of things I thought would happen tonight, but spilling Mod Podge on myself wasn't on the list. Clearly, it should have been. So wear clothes that you don't mind getting messed up. Or if you do mind getting a mess up, make sure you have some kind of treatment spray close by and get it as quick as you can. Now these next ones are DIY ornaments that you just fill, and it just is so fast and easy. All of these are fast, easy, and inexpensive. These I got from the Dollar Tree. Now you saw me do some small ones the other day, and you can't do the same thing with small ones that you do with the big ones. So that's why I went back and got these. Same process though, super easy. But with these, you can put little figurines in them, and they really look good. And they're nice on the tree. There's a lot you can fill them with. Now I'm going to put some confetti in here to represent the snow. But if you don't have it, you can actually use Epsom salts, which we looked at an Epsom salt project the other day for a fast, easy DIY gift where we just simply added some scent to it and made some cinnamon swirl salt. So if you kept a little bit of that out, you can do this same kind of craft with it. Use it for snow. So these two ornaments, these fit together. So they just clamp in. Now, if you remember the other day when we did the painted ornaments and the filled ornaments, those we pulled out from the top. These do not. So when you're working with these, you need to plan on the fact that these can come apart. So if you have E6000 or super glue, I do recommend that you take just a tiny drop and you put on here. Last thing, right before we seal it up for good. That obviously will keep it from coming apart. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have wiped these off inside and out, get them as clean as possible. I've already done that. You all know how to do Windex and cleaner, so I didn't think you all needed to see me do that. So that's done already. And for this one, you're going to want figures, confetti, which also came from the Dollar Tree. Got that the other day. Figures came from the Dollar Tree. Got those the other day. And for this, your hot glue and your little bit of E6000, which I don't see now. And I swore I had it right there. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about E6000 on camera. I will do that off camera in just a little bit. You all know how to do that. So all we do for this super easy, super fast gift, and the newspaper is great for a last minute DIY budget gift. These are also great for a last minute DIY budget gift. So have at it. And we don't need a lot of confetti, but we do need some, so it works for multiple projects there. These figures I picked out, just get whatever kind you like. I picked out these because I thought they would be great to make a winter scene inside the ball. So many things you can do with these. And they're designed really to go with like a snow village. 3 of them in the pack. And I'm gonna put gotta throw these little tabs away. All right. Okay. So first things first, I want to get an idea of how I'm going to place these. That's the first thing you have to do. So if you want to use some sort of sticky tape, double-sided sticky tape, you could. I just kind of eyeball it. The reason I eyeball it as opposed to using the sticky tape is the sticky tape will leave a residue, and I don't want that when I go to put glue on it. So that's just my thinking there. I will not use all 3 of these in the same little ornament here, but I might use 2 of them. And so what I'll do is, let me turn this so you can see it. I'm going to put two. This one, I'm going to put just a little further back in the ornament. And I'm going to put this one off the edge just a little bit. So this one that I'm going to put a little further back is going to be facing one way. And the one that's going more toward the front is going to be facing the other way. That way, no matter which way you look at the ornament, no matter which way it hangs, you're going to be looking at the front of one of the characters. I think that just makes it a little more personable. But look, you're in charge of your project, so use whatever you like. Face it any way you want to face it, all right? Okay, let's do this one in first, just because. Oh, and you know, these two, those two are both green. And I don't think that they'll show up next to each other that well. So I'm making sure that I use the one in the red outfit and the one in the lighter green outfit. Again, you do what you want. You want to make yourself happy and you want to make the person that you're giving it to happy. So, all right, put a generous supply of hot glue on the base of the character you want to do first. Generous, okay? This is going to help hold it in place, and you want enough hot glue on it so that if you have a gap from the curve of the ornament, you can fill it. So I'm going ahead and using a lot of glue, I'm putting her in there, and I'm going to hold her for just a minute. And she is going to be in place. You can use hot temp or low temp. I use hot for these. Let me check the newspaper coasters right quick. They're still drying. Okay, they've got a ways to go. And I'm going to need to fill my glue stick. Get that. That's what I did with the E6000. I knew I had it somewhere. Okay, now for the second one, I'm going to put the hot glue on this one toward the back, okay? Because I'm going to put the front, he's going to hang over the front just a little bit when I go to do this. So I'm putting the glue on the back. And in this case, the two are right up next together. They're kind of helping hold each other in. Right up next to each other, just like that. Hold, hold, hold. Hold, hold, hold. Now it's time for my confetti or glitter or salt, whatever you want to use. I'm going to use the confetti. I'm going to have so much confetti left from these projects, and that is A-okay. So it's going to look like a little snowball, which is what you want. This one's got some little blue snowflakes in it. I don't think I'm going to want, I think I just want, for right now, I think I just want the white to make it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay. So now I'm gonna snap it together just to see how it does. And we've got the newspaper ornaments, newspaper coasters over here Starting pure. Whoops. There we go. There we go. All right. So I just lost some of the glitter and I'm sorry, some of the confetti. So I'm going to scrape that up and put it back in the ball because I really think it needs just a little bit more. And let me show you what I'm going to do with the blue confetti. Okay. All right. I'm just going to put this in here. So we're making 2 DIY ornament crafts for just a super fast budget last minute Christmas gift. I'm going to take this in the confetti. I've got some blue snowflakes. Okay. So I am going to glue them using a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of hot glue. Tiny, tiny. I'm going to glue those onto the wall, inner wall of the globe. This will dry clear. Okay. You definitely want something that's going to dry clear for this. If you don't, then it's going to look really cloudy inside your globe and you don't want that. So E6000 will also dry clear if you don't use a lot. Super glue, I think, will dry clear. Normally, I would advocate using school glue because it dries clear. And that's what we used on the paper coasters. But it won't hold plastic on plastic. So that's why you're going to have to use, hot glue or something else. Just use a very small amount. I'm going to do 3 on each side of the globe. Let me use my scissors and put that thing right back in place. Because I let it slip, and that's going to happen. So, of course, I didn't have to move it. I could have just let it stay where it slipped. But I didn't want to. Now, let me try putting this on and seeing how it looks. So there you go. I've got 3 of them on there. And I made it in a semicircle so you could still see the characters behind it. And I'm going to do that on the other side. And again, clean these really well before you use them. Just like I did, that helps the glue adhere better and it gives you a better look. Now, after I do all of this, I am going to clean them again because obviously I'm going to have fingerprints all over them. So you don't really want that. I hear a bump at the door. Hello. Okay, sometimes when we hear the bump at the door, it's my service dog trying to get in and checking on me. My husband's watching him. He's playing with him, but still, if he comes and bumps at the door much, my husband's going to let him in so he won't worry. And he usually will come up and check on me and then go to his spot. I'll put my next glue stick in, let it start going. Again, just a little drop of glue. I'm going, if this was a clock, I'm putting the first snowflake at the 12 o'clock position at the top, and then the next snowflake at the 9, and then one at the 3. So kind of a semicircle, if you will. I'm good. Okay. All right, I think he just left the door, maybe. Maybe, we'll see. Okay. Just like that. You see it? And I got one more to place. Okay. There we go. Let me put it together and just do a quick check, see how I think it's going to look. Oh, that's adorable. Okay, so I think that's going to look pretty nice. Let me do this. Knock it off just a little bit. And now I'm going to glue this together with a little dot of glue. And you can use E6000 or you can use super glue. I'm just going to add just a little dot of hot glue. You just want to make sure you don't put so much hot glue that it won't fasten together. And hey, we got some people watching. Make sure you give me a like, please, on the live stream. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you as part of our Bodacious family, where we're all about not letting life get in the way of living. Okay, just put a little bit on there. Make sure your top lines up. And there you have it. One really cute DIY ornament for one of your last minute budget gifts. What do you all think about that one? Do you like it? Let me know. Tell me in the comment down there. Hey, Valerie Reese is in the house. Hi, Valerie. We're doing good. How are you? And Valerie, I saw your video on your bread, but my phone was wigging out. I didn't get to comment, but you all, for those of you who don't know, Valerie Reese, her channel is all about the adventure. She's got a great new theme song. Valerie, I love it. And she just did a video on some bread and it looked really good. And it is a Peruvian bread that she was exposed to in Peru, and she liked it and found the recipe, and it is seasoned with anise seeds or anise seeds, however you want to pronounce it. I have heard it 10 different ways. If I've heard it one, I've heard it 10. Personally, I love that flavor. I use it in my ricotta cookies all the time and really like it, and I use it in my pizzellis all the time. So it's a great flavor. I use flavoring though. I don't usually use seeds, but I will if it's bread. So, oh, she likes it. She says it's cute. I'm glad you like it. So anyway, after saying all of that, I didn't get to click like on your video because my phone was messing up, but I hope to go back and do that. I just have to remember it. Okay, and we have these that we put Mod Podge on, and they are still a touch tacky, but these are the newspaper coasters that we made, and they're really cute when stacked up as a gift. We're going to put Mod Podge on the other side. You could probably tell this side that we put Mod Podge on. I'm moving it so the light will hit it. Hopefully you can tell it looks shiny, whereas the back side looks dull. So a little bit of difference there. I don't know if the camera is really picking it up though. Hopefully it is. So, all right, so that's one of the two ornaments. I've got the second one. They were in a 2-pack from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to do the second ornament very similar to the way I did the first ornament that I just did right here. And that is, I'm going to put my figures in there and let them go. And this ornament, one of the things that I like about these is I don't think, my opinion is, it does not look super homemade. You know how sometimes somebody will give you a craft and you can see it a mile away, and you know that even though they've spent time on it, it still looks DIY. And I don't think this one does. I think if you were going to do a craft show, I think that you could sell this, because I think they're cute. And it's snow, so you have the whole snow effect. So, all right. And the characters, again, I got these at the Dollar Tree too. Same way as I got the ornaments, same way as I got the confetti. So there you go. I got the hot glue go, so that's a Hobby Lobby thing. Just saying. So, all right, we're going to do this other ornament. And I had to pick up 2 packs of these because I couldn't decide for sure which I want. And I'm going to have extras. And that's okay. Because another craft that you can do, if you have an empty jar and you've got kids, now this does look homemade, but I promise you, if you've got grandparents, the grandparents of the kids are going to love this craft, because we love everything that our grandkids do. Just saying. So, on these though, like I said, they don't look quite DIY. But if you have a jar and you have extra figurines and extra confetti, or if you're using Epsom salts, just glue these to the inside lid of the jar. Throw your confetti in it, or your Epsom salts, or your glitter, and just do the same thing. And that jar becomes a snow globe. It just doesn't have water in it, so you can still shake it up. Kids love that. Okay, so again, second acrylic ornament. These snap together. So when you go to close them up, you're going to want to use just a dot of glue to help hold it all together. And snap those. And when you go to put your figure in, this is important, and I don't think I mentioned it a minute ago, and I apologize if I didn't. But when you go to put your figure in, line it up with where the hanger is going to be, so you don't have it, looking crooked. Because on these, the hanger hole is already in place and you cannot move that. Whereas on some, if you're going to glue a hanger on there, then yeah, obviously you can move it, but not so on these. So I've got, let's see, I have a gentleman carrying a stack of books, and I have somebody else carrying a package and a book, somebody walking in the snow, or walking in what's going to be snow, and somebody carrying a present and a bag. So I'm going to decide which of these I like better, because I like them all. And if you don't want to use them all and you want to save them for another project, go ahead. It's whatever you like. So on this one, I like the looks of the one, but I think he needs a friend. He looks a little lonely. Okay. And Valerie is talking about a red, and she says she's going to try to make it again. And with a red flower to see if it makes a difference. Sometimes when I make bread, I can't tell the difference between using bread flour, and it just all depends on the type of bread. So it might make a difference on that, but try it and see. It's the only way you're going to find out. Just I want to come see it. So let me know. I don't want to miss that one. So, all right, this guy is straight up. So I'm going to put him in here. I like that. This one's leaning forward just a little bit, just their natural pose on it. It's not broken or anything, don't worry. It's just she's leaning forward. I kind of like that. So I think I'm going to put her and I'm going to put this other one and I'm going to put them back to back, I think. I'm going to like that. I think. So again, use a lot of glue because you're putting a flat bottom piece on a curved surface. So you're going to rely on this glue to fill the gap. Okay. So that's going to be very important. Do not scrimp on the hot glue. Okay. Put it on the bottom of your figurine. Do not try to put it inside your globe. You will mess up every time, I promise you. Lots of glue, lots of glue. Line it up with the top. Slide it in there. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Give it a few seconds. Hold it firmly. You don't have to press down so hard that you break it. Just hold it firmly, okay? Okay. So there it is. There's that one. Now I'm going to give it just a minute. And sometimes it'll leave the strings. Don't worry about it. Just, you can take those off. Just give it a second to cool and just pick them away. You don't want them getting in the way of your other figurine that you're going to glue, because if you do, it's not going to stick. You've got that potential. So don't let it interfere. All right, and I've got this one carrying his books. Actually, now that I hold them up together, that one may be a little tall. Let me see. Yeah. I think he's going to be just a little tall. I don't like it as well as I thought I would. Sorry, guy. Let me see. I might just glue him in. Like, no, I'm going to use this one. I think I like it. Nope, I don't like it either. Yeah. Actually, I do think I'm going to go back to the tall guy. I think I like it after all. After all that fuss and bother and me saying I didn't, I think I do. And that's okay, because you can change your mind until you get it glued down. So again, lots and lots of glue, lots and lots. Put it on the bottom of your figurine. Do not put it on the side of your globe, because you will get yourself in a bind every time. Because you may want to move it just a touch. And if you put it on your globe, you can't. Hold it in place firmly. Don't hold it so tight that you're going to crack your globe. Just be firm with it. There you go. Okay. Okay. So there we are. I've got them glued in. snap it together just to see how I like it. Okay. I'll hold this a little bit closer so y'all can see it better. And it's got some highlights on it, so reflections. So I'm sorry about that, but that gives you an idea what it looks like. This is the one we just did. Now, so on the one we just did, I glued some little snowflakes down, and I like that. So I'm going to glue some to the inside of this ball that I'm working on. Let's see how I keep checking this to see how we're doing on the newspaper coasters. I think we're doing pretty good. Let me show you too. Let me show you with them stacked up real quick. This will give them a stack of coasters that they'll be able to use in their house, their office, on their desk, on their end table, wherever they want it. We have one side, it's got the Mod Podge on it. We're going to do that again here in just a minute, but I'm working on the globe first. Going back to the globe. So if you want to get real creative, you can actually put the snowflakes around the edge and it looks like they're hanging down, but I don't think they work as well. I don't think that you can see them as well. So I'm just going to glue them around at the 12, 9, and 3 position using a tiny dot of the hot glue. It glues dry. It glues dry. It dries clear. Where did I come up with it glues dry? I say the craziest things sometimes. Do remember as I do this, though, that I have a head injury and I do use words inappropriately sometimes. But I try not to. And if you want to use E6000 on this, you can. There's no reason not to use E6000 if that's what you like. I just have the hot glue out. And since it dries clear, I'm okay with it. But I know it dries clear because of other projects. So if you're not sure how yours is going to dry, but you know that your E6000 will be clear, then use that. Use what you know. Use what you trust. However, do not use school glue for this project because it's not going to stick. Okay. So school glue is good for this. You want it for paper because it is fabulous for paper, not for plastic. So I've got the three snowflakes on that side, and I'm going to put the 3 on the other side. I've got 1 down, 2 to go. And then I'm going to put the confetti for snow. I really do appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Tell me where you're from when you get a chance. I'd love to know. Tonight we've had North Dakota, Michigan, and North Carolina, and Tennessee represented so far. On the very, very top of the globe, I've got some white snowflakes, and I think on the very, very top, I am going to put a couple of snowflakes on there that are white. If I've got that many in my confetti that I can get to easily. I just think that would be pretty. I need one more. There we go. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, dropped it. There we go. All right. Now, if anybody here that's new and you want to know, this channel is all about being bodacious, and that means you're not going to let life get in the way of living. So whatever life throws at you, you're going to roll with the punches. Now, on these that I'm putting on top, I am putting it where the snowflake is sticking up. That way, when I go to close it, it's going to be on both halves of the globe or ornament. And again, you don't need much on these. You don't need much on these at all. Let me see. Am I going to need another one? Yep, I think I'm going to need one more, and then I think I'll be good on the white snowflakes. Off to the side there. Yep. Just for balance. Oops. Okay. There we go on that. And I think I want one more snowflake. And then I will put the confetti on in there. And we've got Virginia represented tonight. Hello, Virginia. I didn't see that till right now. And again, there we go. I'm gonna hold it up and check it. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. So I'm gonna now put in the white confetti. Oops. I dropped a blue snowflake in there. I don't think I want that in there. I think I want to leave the blue snowflakes on the sides, not drop them. Okay. And if it's easier when it comes to putting the glitter in or the confetti, if you think a spoon would help you, go for it. Now I want to make sure that I put enough in here to cover the bases of the figurines, but not so much that it looks overblown. It's that fine line there that I try to strive for on this. All right, let's see about putting this together and see what it looks like. I've got to untangle the cord. I could have taken it off, but I just now thought about that. y'all want just a little bit more snow. And again, if you don't have confetti, you can use glitter, or you can use a little bit of Epsom salt, whatever you have. I mean, nobody is going to look at this and say, oh, you put the wrong thing in there. At least I hope they don't. If they do, you just tell them to feel free to do one all themselves. Check again. Oh yeah, I think that looks really good on the snow level. So I'm going to put just a couple of really small dots of hot glue on it. Just small, just enough to keep it together. If you have, if you've got super glue and you want to use it, E6000, you know, either one of those will do too. You go to put it together, make sure you got it all together with the hot glue, and just press it in. I got a little bit of it caught there, so I'm just going to rub it away. There we go. There we go. Hopefully you all heard that click, because you do want it to click together. And that is that ornament done for your inexpensive, your cheap budget DIY gift. So I used, let's talk about cost for just a minute. The two ornaments were $1.50. My 2 packages of figurines, they were $1.50 each. So that brings the ornaments to $3. I used the confetti that I already had, which I think I got at the Dollar Tree. I might have gotten it at Hobby Lobby, but I think I got it. No, actually, I did get it at Hobby Lobby. And it was $2.49 on sale for $1.50, and I've got enough of that for multiple projects. So I've got figures left over. I didn't need to buy the second figure package. So what have I got? A little over $3 in each one. And then you can, you know, you can definitely, I would feel if I needed gifts for folks at work, I would have no hesitation giving them one of these cute little ornaments. Get it closer to the camera here. There's one. And then the second one. Okay. So those are done. Let me check. Let's kind of get the confetti out of the way here. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the confetti, but don't worry, I will think of something. Okay. Wastebasket right there. Now let's go back to the Mod Podge. These are the newspaper coasters, and they are so cute. They look recycled. They look a little rustic, but they have just this really distinctive look. And sometimes you can buy it in, you know, specialty shops that specialty. They specialize in maybe third world crafts or developing nations. You can get them there sometimes, and you're going to pay a fortune, and they're much less expensive to do it on your own by rolling it, because you got newspaper and glue, Mod Podge, a paintbrush, and scissors, and that's all you needed. So I've got the other tutorials on how to make the newspaper cubes and how to roll the coasters. I'm going to link those down below. Check them out in the comment section after the video. They're also in the playlist, and the playlist is linked down there in the description box. So just take your Mod Podge. We're using that because it's glossy. I've got a coat of glue on there already that helps seal it. Mod Podge helps seal it and makes it glossy. So just go around, take your time, because it's more important that you get the Mod Podge in every nook and cranny. It's more important for you to do that than it is for you to speed demon through this, okay? No speed demons. Now, when you put this on, do not panic. It looks white. Don't panic, because it's going to look like this. I promise. We've already done this side of this one. That's how you got a little shine on there. And that's how, okay? So it's going to go from this dull appearance to this one that's got a little bit of shine after it dries. So don't panic. And you may want to use a couple of coats on this. That's up to you. It just is whatever you think it's going to take for you to get a really good seal on this newspaper. That's what you want to do, okay? And there's a lot of things. Honestly, once you get this technique down on rolling the paper, there's like a million things that you can do. You can make baskets, you can make waste baskets, you can make bowls. I made some boxes. I had some that were really kind of ugly looking, and I covered them in the newspaper rolls and gave them some pizzazz. Just cardboard boxes. And they look a lot better now. So many things. You can make a purse, believe it or not. But it's all about learning the technique and mastering it. Can you all tell I used to do a whole bunch of these when my daughters were young? You can make paper beads out of them too for necklaces. I've seen those for sale at craft shows. And if you want to paint these, you can. There's no limits on this. I'm telling you. You can use the paper rolls to make picture frames with. It actually made some cute picture frames. Sky's the limit. There you go. And you can be neat and dip your brush. I just pour it on and then spread it out. You don't have to use newspaper. You can use wrapping paper, magazine paper. If where you work has a lot of computer paper and they'll let you bring home the paper, that's an option too. just really any kind of paper will work. And I'm doing the back of the last one. This is probably the most economical craft I've ever done, personally. Because where my husband works, they take the newspaper. And nobody likes throwing things away if you don't have to. So this is a really good, not only is it a really good inexpensive DIY project, but it also is recycling, and that's pretty important. I still got a little bit left on my brush, so I'm just going to carefully use it on a couple of the ones that I've done already. No point in letting Mod Podge go to waste. Do try to go the same way that your spiral is going. Don't brush across. You really want to get it in there. So go the same way that your spiral is going on your coaster, all right? Whoops. I shouldn't have picked that one up yet. Oh, and it is critical to get the edges too. You want to make sure it's all around. So earlier when I did the first coat, I got the edges, so I'm not worried as much about it on this go round. But there you go. All we have to do is let those dry, and they are good to go. I would stack them up and give that as one solid gift itself. I wouldn't split them up into singles, although you could. Yeah, that's up to you. But I've got this one, and to give you an idea about how long it lasts, I did this about 2 years ago. I use it a lot. It sits on my desk. I use it every time I'm drinking at my desk, and it is still perfect shape. Not going to complain. So I hope this series has helped you. Our next projects I'm going to show you are going to be, I'm going to make a ton of cookies, a few hundred. And as far as a cheap DIY gift, other than cookies, we're going to make some sugar scrub for your hands. And believe me, your hands are going to be great. You're going to thank yourself after that. So that's what we've got coming up. Thank you all for watching, for hanging out with me tonight. Don't forget to give me that like now on that live stream, on this live stream, because that is so important. Come back and watch the video. I encourage you to ask questions if you have any questions, and share it with your friends. All right. Thanks for watching. Now be bodacious. Don't let life get in the way of living, and I will see you on the next video or live stream. Good night, y'all. Good night.